beautiful spring day in Ohio, and this is my 2020 KTM Freeride E-XC. This is electric. Man, I have not had this bike on the trails for a while. I'll put a link in the description below, but last fall I did a back-to-back with my 300XC, I think my 350, and then this. And they were all within a tenth of a second on a woods loop. I'm always amazed how fast you go in this bike. And it's like maintenance free. This bike is all original front tire. I did replace the rear tire. I did put a new chain on it once. You do have to change this oil. I can't remember. I got to look it up. I think it's due again every 50 hours. I got about 110 hours and 1,700 miles on it. It's got this flip-up seat. Here's the battery. Here's where you charge it. Here's a little baby battery. I replaced that once. And other than that, for 4 years, I've just been riding the thing. It is awesome. It's fun to come out. It's nice and quiet. This thing is kind of a cross between a dirt bike and a trials bike, because it's got really high ground clearance because of the motor and battery, and it's got a pretty steep steering angle, a short wheelbase. I call it about a 7/8 size bike. I think it's about 8 or 9 inches. 9 inches of travel. I think these are right off the 85, the suspension. And we'll just putt around and talk about it a little bit. It's got 3 maps. I'm in map 3. That's full power. Map 1 is 50%. Map 2 is 80. Map 1 is so easy to ride. It's got a horn, high-low beam. Map 1 is so easy to ride that you can teach anybody to ride. It's a great map to introduce new riders to motorcycles. But probably one of my favorite factors about this bike is the stealth. Just not making much noise. Oh, spinning it up a little bit. There's still a little soft in some parts of the trails. But the other thing, and this bike weighs like 245 pounds, so it's not exceptionally light. But with the electric motor, you do not have much inertia as far as changing directions, and that's why the thing can, on a tight trail and stuff, it flies. It's very competitive with my 300 TX or my 350 Kailub Russell or any of my bikes in a woods loop. Battery, I think you can get about probably 30 miles. I've gone a little further than that. Maybe in 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, if you're trail riding. And the agility, though, just the way it turns and accelerates. So it's got, I think, 24 horsepower, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's got like 31 foot-pounds of torque. So it's got a lot of torque. We'll cross the creek here. Those rocks are slippery. Kind of can't see them. Just that instant torque and acceleration makes it so fun. Now these trials tires, they're okay in the dry hard pack, but in the soft mud, they're not so good. A lot of guys will put knobbies on this, but I still ride it on the street a little bit. The other thing is getting used to no foot brake. It doesn't take long. You kind of adapt to it. Now this is a 20 model, and I think in 21 they put a little better brakes on them. These brakes are just marginal, especially for as fast and hard as this thing can accelerate. Whoop, I think we can cross back over here. Get back on our little loop. Oh yeah, this is fun. And the other thing has just been maintenance free. I don't have to do anything on these, just charge up the battery Lube the chain, no air cleaners, no mixing gas and oil. Just throttle and brake. And it accelerates just at 0 to 20. It's so quick. And I think top speed's about 48 miles an hour, 50 with the stock gearing. Yeah, this tight stuff it's just so much fun with this thing. Freeride. So, got plus suspension. It's really soft. It's perfect for in the woods, exploring. It is super narrow. I'm 6'2", 190 pounds. I'd like to get the comfort seat. I think Seat Comp makes a better seat for it. But it's got enough light to get you out of the woods if it gets dark. Like I said, this stealth mode, just being able to ride where it's and be quiet is really, really cool. Probably one of the best features of this thing, but I have really enjoyed it. I've had it 4 years now, and it's just so much fun to jump on. I got to get it back out on the trail soon. 2 big thumbs up. Electric Freeride.